Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going for another week of football in the Premier League. Let's talk all about it. Starting with the Merseyside derby, and Liverpool finally get a win without having to take it to the 90th minute. Maybe because there wasn't much of the 90th minute this time, with extra time being just 3 minutes. They do win in the Merseyside derby though, 2-1. They were 2-0 up, and you know what? They could have bottled it again. They really could have bottled it again. Interesting guy with, you know, a pretty well taken goal, but honestly, Gravenberch has looked unbelievable this season. He had an unbelievable hook to start the goals off. Everton, as I said, did have their chances throughout the game. They really did have their chances throughout the game, but it's one of them. Sometimes the occasion gets to players, and you know, Liverpool are always going to try harder in these games because it is a game where they care about. Ekitike right now really making sure Isak stays on that bench. He wants his place in the team, and Ekitike is getting the goals, and you know what, everyone else is going to start looking at Ekitike and like, is their position at risk? Even Salah, I think the Salah tax is gone now. You know, everyone, you can always rely on Salah, yeah, but when Ekitike has been really well, Gakpo's been really well, and they've just spent 150 million on Isak, someone's got to go, someone's got to disappear out of that lineup. And you know, same as Wirtz, you know, when he came to the team, he instantly took one of the midfield spots. It's supposed like Gravenberch and McAllister, who played really well together last year. One of them was like, they're going out of the team. None of them deserved to go out of the team. They were all fantastic last year, and now you're back to it where Wirtz is being dropped out of the team, so these three can play in the team, and they look a lot better for it. These £100 million signings never work out, guys. They never work out. I always say this. And he was like, very stupid decisions of the ref. Like, they can just be haul yellow card for taking the free kick too quickly. But the person, Curtis Jones, who fouled him, didn't get a card at all. I'm just saying. I don't think, you know, it's crazy for me to say this, but Liverpool have won all 5 games this season. All 6 games that they've played, actually. And I don't think they've looked good in any of them. I really don't. And I don't think I'm crazy for saying that. I think Liverpool have they've had good moments, but I don't think overall they've looked like they were the team they were last year. They spent a lot of money and not a lot has changed. Brighton and Spurs, then I was going to that, and Spurs, man. Spurs were little underdogs this year, you know, doing pretty well for themselves. I thought, you know what, Spurs can do alright this year. And going 2-0 down in the first half is never mint it around Vicario, and then Vicario should have done a lot better as well for the Ayari goal. I don't think he got slated enough for how bad his performance was in that first half, Vicario. Both of the goals, he could have done a lot better for him, and I'm not seeing the slander online against it. Xavi Simons does look exciting. He came on and they got the comeback they needed. Obviously, Xavi Simons wasn't involved. It was Kudus who was actually involved more, and Van Heck scored a really, really poor own goal. Like, he shouldn't be doing it. I don't understand. I mean, there's a few weird own goals here this weekend, but we'll get to it. Xavi Simons going down too easy as well. Like, I like the guy. He looks good, but you need to have more in the Premier League to be going down for that. Wolves and Leeds playing together. Huge win for Leeds here, as Leeds won 3-1. 3-1, all goals were in the first half. The 3 o'clock games were so much more exciting than last week's 3 o'clock games. I actually think last week was one of the lowest scoring Premier League weeks ever. This week, a lot more excitement. I said 3-1 for Leeds. Very, very good for Leeds. Massive for Leeds. Worrying for Wolves. Wolves now 5 games of the season. 0 wins, 0 draws, 0 points. A terrible start to. They've had moments that they might just fix them up, but it's not come together for them. It has just not worked so far. They might have to fix them soon, but someone who, you know, Vitor Pereira was given a lot of credit last year for how he changed this Wolves team. I'm pretty sure he got put down for nominations for Manager of the Year, and now it's something like this. Yeah, Calvert-Lewin opening his account. No, I don't think it'd be too much, but Stack. Oh my God, what a great free top bins with his free kick there. I think he had a good game all around as well. Leeds starting to find a bit of rhythm themselves. Could potentially stay up. Wait and see. A team that'll be hoping to break the curse alongside Leeds will be Burnley, who got the massive point against Forest. Forest, another team who might be throwing themselves into the conversation for relegation with the appointment of Ange Postecoglou. They just look all over the place. Nico Williams were hitting hope for Forest's goal, and apart from that, and a few chances from Igor Jesus, they just didn't look like the Forest of last year, you know. Anthony saving Burnley for a point there, but honestly, Burnley could have won this game. Burnley really could have won this game. It's upsetting that Burnley didn't win this game, because you get games where, you know, I want to see Burnley win. I want to see Burnley get a result in this game, but they didn't. it is what it is. They get a point out of it, which they'll be happy with, getting points on the board. That's what they need to do, just get the points on the board, get them over the line. But a game like this, you could look back in the season, if Forest nip them by a couple of points, they'll be looking at this going, oh, if only we just tried hard in that game, just got that bit right. Because you can always look to like what games did they fall apart, and that could always be a big point for Burnley and for Forest towards the end of the season there. West Ham, another team that might be fighting that fight for promotion and relegation, with the game beat by Crystal Palace at home, just relying too much on Bowen. You know, West Ham they're just all over the place again, like Forest, not seeming like an actual plan, relying on individual moments rather than a team balance. And Bowen keeps on trying to save him, but the team's just not good enough. Mateta is going great from corner. West Ham still pull from corners. Mitchell with a great finish, and they take home the 3 points. Well done, Palace there, with a really nice start to the season, still unbeaten as well. It's going to be exciting to see how long to keep that going, because obviously there's only 2 teams still unbeaten in the league, and that is Crystal Palace and Liverpool. But yeah, we'll wait and see how long Palace teams are going. United and Chelsea, and oh my God, people, we won a game. Come on, beating Chelsea there. It's a big game for us to win as well. It's a big game for us to win, and you know, I know they were down 7 men, but we were down 7 men as well. We had 10 men as well on the pitch, so let's not throw that around. Because Sanchez was stupid. It was a stupid red card for him to get, and it set the tempo for the game. It was high octane straight away. Sanchez got sent off, and the blood was, we could smell the blood in the air. We could feel it coming. Bruno got his 100th goal on his 200th appearance, which is brilliant. But after the red card, Enzo's decision making was just all over the place. Nothing seemed right, and I'm not complaining about it, because then Casemiro got another goal as well, and then he got himself sent off. And it was just like, oh no, things are going to fall apart now. And honestly, when Chalobah scored, I was like, oh God, it was a long 10 minutes watching the rest of that game. But it's poor for United as well, losing corners again. Apparently the men's is good at high claims, so hopefully we do improve on that. We'll wait and see. We can only wait and see. I don't know when he's going to come into the team. I guess Aaron didn't want to bring him into the team for these games, but Bayende needs to lose his place. I just think Lemens deserves to grab that spot, so we'll wait and see if he does. Fulham and Brentford, then the final game of Saturday, and I thought it would be closer than it was. Fulham 3-1. Damsgaard opened the score again for Brentford. I said he would be a shining star in the absence of Vissa and Embuemo. Now that they've left the club, Damsgaard and Shada, kind of players that we probably look forward to. And now obviously Dango Ouattara as well. But yeah, it was a big 3 points for Fulham. These points are important for Fulham towards the season. I would say Fulham do really well in the first half and then kind of drop off in the second half. But that's when you're safe, you're safe. Iwobi knowing where to be, goal and assist. Pinnock with a really strange own goal as well. Like it looped off his head, and it took forever to actually fall back into the net, and it was like, is that going in? And it went in. There we go. And then the Muniz goal was so stupid. It was like he made no contact with the ball. He jumped, and the other player didn't. From what I'm aware, the other player made the foul on Muniz by not jumping. It's seen as not safe. On to the Sunday games. In the Sunday games, we're a bit lacklustre. We'll get the Bournemouth Newcastle one over first then, because it was 0-0. It was 0-0. What is to talk about? I think both teams will take the point. Past couple of years, these games have been a bit hectic between them two. No one really had any crazy chances, anything like to really shout about. Obviously, Brooks did put the ball in the back of the net, but just offside. Could have stole it for Bournemouth there, but 0-0. I guess they'll both go home with the points and be like, cool, that's a tough game over from both, really. Sunderland and Villa. Sunderland will be happy with the point, but from the start of the game, I reckon they could have done it. It was a stupid red card from Reynaldo, but I think Cash caused the red card by running into Reynaldo in the first place. Reynaldo acted. He shouldn't have acted like that. This guy's got Champions League experience. He should be doing a lot better. He's played at big clubs. He should know what to do. The Cash goal, it was a good goal from range, but Roos should have been so much better. I don't think Villa's problem of goals has been fixed by this one goal. Villa are just not going to be scoring many goals this year, it seems. I don't know what it is. There's fluidity in the team just not clicking, so it's not right. I don't know. But Isidore saving a point for Sunderland. They'll be loving him there. They'll be loving him. Get his statue up right now. And then finally, the big game of the weekend, the big hype game of the weekend, Arsenal versus City, the exciting one. And Pep just parked the bus. Pep just had a Mourinho masterclass. Went 1-0 up with Rangers and Haaland linking up again. Like, I'm not gonna lie, they are scary together. They are scary together, guys. Arteta benching Eze, he's crippling himself there. And Pep just sat back for the points. But Martinelli made sure it was only 1 point with chipping Donnarumma. It was a nice goal. I can understand why Pep did sit back. You know, they did get battered last year at the Emirates, and they probably didn't want to get battered again, because it's not only the 3 points, but you're holding on 5 goals to Arsenal, and you start worrying. And that's fair. But yeah, it means Liverpool are 5 points clear at the top. 5 points clear at the top this early in the season. Kill me. That's in the video, guys. Me saying that. Cheers, guys. Thank you for watching. Hopefully, we'll see you next time. Cheers.